Welcome to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, the #1 podcast and resource for Black entrepreneurs. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and Black Entrepreneur Blueprint was created specifically to educate and inspire Black entrepreneurs to launch, build, and grow successful, sustainable businesses. Join us as we help build an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. If you're currently an entrepreneur or want to be an entrepreneur, you're invited to join us each and every week here at Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family and get ready to elevate your entrepreneur IQ. Welcome to the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, episode number 427. I'm your host, Jay Jones, and today we have another outstanding and informative show in store for you. Today's show topic is Get Smaller to Get Bigger. Get smaller to get bigger. On today's show, I'm going to share a personal revelation that I had probably about a year ago in reference to my business and my life. And I want to really share this with the BEB family. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips to help your business get bigger by getting smaller. It's a real personal story too, and definitely want to share it with the BEB family. Now, this show is probably going to be a little shorter than normal. I don't know if you can hear, but I'm real stopped up right now, not feeling too well. But as they say in show business, the show must go on, right? Now, before we get to today's topic, though, let me share a few things with the Black Entrepreneur Blueprint family. First and foremost, I want to welcome all first-time listeners to Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Welcome to the BEB family. Please stick around until the end of today's broadcast, and I'm going to share all my social media contact information and resource links, such as the link to my new book, A New Black Wall Street, Circulating the Black Dollar Worldwide by Building Successful E-Commerce Businesses. Also, 2 platforms I've created to help circulate dollars in the worldwide Black community, BeSmartByBlack.com and HireBlackFreelancers.com. They're undergoing an update. I'm changing the whole platform. So if you go to those sites, make sure you leave your name and email address, and I will update you as soon as they're ready to go. So if you want to put your business or your product or service up there, make sure you leave your name and email address, and we'll alert you as soon as the sites are up. We've been working on them for a while, making some changes, and it's a totally new, better aesthetic looking platform. Also, make sure you guys take advantage of 3 days free access to BEBacademy.com. It's an online learning portal that's going to help you elevate your entrepreneur IQ. We have all types of resources, masterclasses, and trainings to help you build a successful, sustainable business. BEBacademy.com. Also, I want to invite you guys. This is a special limited time offer. On today's show, guys, I'm going to be talking about a personal experience that I had and how I had to kind of revamp my business and my direction and get some clarity back into my overall life, so to speak. So if you go to BEBcoaching.com, BEB, like Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, coaching.com, I'm going to be doing a live group coaching call for only 5 people on Tuesday, September 27th, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Plus, in addition to that group coaching call, I'm going to be doing a live 1-hour one-on-one with each of you individually. And what we want to focus on is pretty much, guys, giving you clarity, focus, and direction for your business. I know I've had conversations with many BEB family members that are frustrated right now. They're not doing well. Their business isn't living up to the expectations. They're not making the money that they need to make to stay in business. And I always talk about doing things that are impactful. And to me, being able to dialogue and help directly the BEB family is one of the most gratifying things that I can do. So please make sure you go to BEBcoaching.com. It's only a $97 investment. I'm going to tell you guys, my coaching per hour is literally $500. So anybody that's in my coaching program knows that. So it's not even a bargain. It's a steal. So go to BEBcoaching.com and learn more. Once again, Tuesday, September 27th, 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. If you missed the group call, we do have that recorded for you. And also you'll have the one-on-one, that 1 hour with me. And we're going to help you get clarity, focus, and direction and elevate your business to where it needs to be. BEBcoaching.com. Now let's get ready for today's show. So today's topic, guys, is get smaller to get bigger. And I really want to discuss a word that I heard from the Creator. Now, I don't want to get all religious on the show, but I'm a Christian and I believe in a higher power. I don't care if you don't believe in anything. You're an atheist, agnostic, if you're into Buddhism, whatever you're into, whatever or whoever your God force is, that's everybody's choice. And I'm behind that 100%. Okay, so I want to talk about how I audibly heard the Creator's voice talk to me and give me direction. Now, in my life, this has happened 3 times, and this is the 3rd time. And this happened probably about a year ago. And I was laying in my bed, and it was about 2:30 or 3 in the morning. And I was stressing out about my business. I'm like, man, I'm working too hard. I'm all over the place. I'm trying to do all types of other stuff. And then I was like, man, I got to get my YouTube videos up, man. And I'm trying to do all types of things. But I had to remember that I have to stay in my lane. I get tremendous, thousands and thousands of downloads. So I started out doing downloads on podcasts. So I didn't really start doing YouTube or videos for probably the last, year and a half or 2 years. So my traction on YouTube doesn't even compare to what it is in terms of my downloads via podcasting. And that's really where my sweet spot is. But as I'm laying in the bed and I'm worrying about trying to figure out all of this stuff, I'm trying to do all these different projects and I'm all over the place. And the word came to me, just like you're listening to me right now. It said, Jay, get smaller to get bigger. And it repeated, get smaller to get bigger. Because this had happened to me before on 2 other occasions, I didn't get nervous or frightened. I felt it was a blessing. And the other 2 times that my Creator spoke to me was the first time when my mortgage business collapsed and I was about to lose everything, home, cars, everything. Didn't have any money in the bank account or anything. And the Creator said to me, Jay, hold on. Jay, hold on. I mean, all types of things were going through my mind about what I'm going to do and can't sleep. My wife is upset. And it was just a very stressful time. The second time this happened, we were going through another financial issue. And the Creator said something to me. This is so crazy because I was worrying about my money, right? I'm worried about how am I going to get this thing together? I'm building this new business. It's not going like I thought it would go. And the Creator said to me, when you extend your hand to give, you are now in the position to receive. When you extend your hand to give, you are now in the position to receive. So I'm thinking about receiving. That's all I'm thinking about. But God said to me, you need to give in order to receive. And I had to refocus and recalibrate, stop worrying about myself and start being able to be of service to others. So those are the 3 times, instances that I've audibly heard from God. But this last time, and I'm going to share this story and give you guys some tips how it may help your business, is God said to me, get smaller to get bigger. And what that meant to me was stop trying to do everything, be everything, and focus on everything, and focus on what you love most of all, and also focus on your assignment. So here's 7 things that I learned from that audible message from God. Number 1, let your system/resources do the heavy lifting, be it your website, ecosystem, your content, or whatever. So it doesn't have to be me, or it doesn't have to be you personally doing everything. You want to leverage your resources, your network, software, relationships, or whatever to do the heavy lifting. So that's why I had to redo blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. The initial website that I had was garbage, right? It was some WordPress site that I just created myself when I started the podcast in 2014, never knowing or having an idea the podcast would get so popular. So once again, I was overdue for a rebranding and a refreshing. And so that was the impetus behind this whole new BEB ecosystem and website. Let your systems and your resources do the heavy lifting. I want to systematize things. I want to automate things where it's not going to take my time if I need to respond to somebody or something else. So number one, let your systems or resources do the heavy lifting. Now, guys, like I said, bear with me. I'm stopped up. I got a cold. My throat is hurting. It's crazy right here. But please bear with me as we get through today's show. Number two, understand the true value of your time. Understand the true value of your time. So say, for example, if you want to make $100,000 a year and you work 40 hours a week for 52 weeks, your hourly rate is $48.07 per hour. So if you make $100,000, that's what your hourly wage is. Okay. Now, we don't want to trade dollars for hours, but you have to have some way to identify how much your time is worth. So that's if you want to make $100,000 a year. Just say you want to make $250,000 a year, working 40 hours a week for 52 weeks. So your hourly wage would be $120.19 per hour, $120.19 per hour. So you shouldn't be lifting your finger or doing anything if you're not making that, if $250,000 is your goal. And if you have $1 million mindset where you want to make $1 million per year, that's the same 40 hours per week for 52 weeks. Your hourly rate is $480.76. So when people say, damn, your coaching is $500 an hour. Yeah, I'm $1 million dude. That's what my time is worth. Okay, so you have to start acting like that. Okay, understand the true value of your time. So I have a thing where I want to help everybody. But in doing so, it bogged me down, and I wasn't able to accomplish the things that I needed to accomplish. So what I do now is I work with people that are serious about working with me, and we're going to get more into that later on into the show. Number three, guard your time. Number three, guard your time. And this all goes back to managing your time and your asset. So stop giving away your most precious asset for people that don't value what you pour into them. See, you have to understand the law of reciprocity. And it's something that I knew, but somebody had to teach that to me. And so the law of reciprocity states that if somebody pours into you, you need to pour into them. It doesn't have to be money, but you need to reciprocate. So I was invited out to Mississippi several years ago on my book tour. And, I'm doing my thing. I'm up there for about 2 hours, telling my story and answering questions from the BEB family out in Mississippi. And a brother stood up at the end and he was like, look, this man came out here for free and he gave you millions of thousands of dollars worth of gems. You need to reciprocate and pour into this man because he poured into you. And so, man, my book sales were crazy. People were donating to me, Cash Apping and stuff like that. And I knew that because I always reciprocated when somebody poured into me. But, it's not common. People always want stuff for free, right? So once again, guard your time and stop giving away your most precious asset for people or to people that don't value what you pour into them. Understand that law of reciprocity. So work on the things, guys, that are going to move the needle for your business and, outsource all the other stuff. So guard your time. Your time is your most precious asset. We all get 24 hours in a day. What do you do with that time? And I've stopped wasting my time with people that don't appreciate what I pour into them. And it doesn't have to be the BEB family. It could be friends, acquaintances, family members, or whatever. So I'm very guarded right now with my time. Number 4, and we're talking about getting smaller to get bigger. Number 4 is take time specifically to think. Take time specifically to think. Now, most entrepreneurs, we do, go. We don't take the necessary time to think. I did a show before titled Think, Create, and Execute. That is literally all an entrepreneur does. Thinking is the easy thing. Creating is a little harder, and the execution is the hardest. But take time specifically to think. So you want to utilize that time to grow your business. And this is what I do, guys. I take at least 1 day per month to think. And a lot of times it's on a Friday. And so I may go, to the park. I may go somewhere. I may sit in a cafe, turn my phone off. Don't, answer any messages, no emails or any of that stuff. But taking time to think. And what I'm really focusing on now, if you can't take the full day, take a couple hours at least once a month. I want to think about what my plans are. OK, I use this time to list my top 3 priorities. I always do that once a month. What are my top 3 priorities? Also, I want to solve my most pressing problem? What's the biggest problem that I have going on right now, and how can I solve it? And also, the other thing I do when I take this time to think is I measure my progress. So I have benchmarks, key performance indicators that I want to meet or exceed to make sure that my business is going on, in the right direction. So number 4, take time specifically to think. And I take 1 day a month. Your day could be a Wednesday. It could be a Monday. It might not be a whole day. But you need to do this, guys, so you can decompress and also put everything else to the side and really think strategically about what you need to do for your business. Because we're so busy all the time putting out fires, responding to emails, going to meetings, making sales. You have to take the time to think. So that's number 4. Number 5, I kind of gave it away in number 4. Number 5 is take time specifically to create. Take time specifically to create. Utilize your time to create new things, okay? Whatever it is you need to create, take a day off once a month to create, okay? You can create or develop complementary products or services to sell. You can create new marketing strategies or new plans. You can create new systems or whatever. But you need to have at least 1 day a month to create, okay? Once again, we're talking right now about working on your business, not in your business. And it all boils down to getting smaller to get bigger. So a lot of times we're scattershot and we're responding. We're on defense. We're responding to what's happening. We're responding to emails. We're putting out fires when things happen. But you have to be intentional. So number 5, take time specifically to create. Number 6, I already gave this away. Take time specifically to execute. Take 1 day per month to work on your execution. What plans need to be executed to grow your business? Now, out of a 30-day month, you're going to take 3 days. Now, most people are going to feel like, damn, I'm wasting 3 days. Literally, you're not wasting 3 days. It's really going to re-energize you and refocus you. Now, I get it if you can't take a full day, but at least take 4 hours a day for each one of these things. And what we're talking about is get smaller to get bigger. And that's number 6. And the 7th thing that I learned from that message from the creator was understand your mission and purpose and run towards it, not away from it. Understand your mission and your purpose and run towards it. So we all have an assignment, right? Now, sometimes our assignments are things that we really don't want to do or we don't feel that we're equipped to do. It's just like Moses freeing the people, right, from the Pharaoh. He's like, God, how am I supposed to do this? But you've been created, guys, to fulfill your mission and your purpose. You have everything that you need to do so. Okay, so you want to recognize and understand who you are. Who do you serve, and what type of impact you were designed to have on the people that you come in contact with? I'm going to repeat that. Recognize and understand who you are. Okay, who you serve, because it's all about service. Your business is servicing somebody, right? And what type of impact you were designed to have on the people that you come in contact with. Stop chasing the fool's gold and other people's dreams. Your dreams were given specifically to you. They weren't given to your wife. They weren't given to your mom or dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your aunt, or your best friend. Okay? Your dreams were given to you specifically, and you are equipped fully equipped to handle your assignment. Now, that assignment may not be easy. You may have to take some L's along the way. Like I said, I almost lost it all twice, but I know that I'm living and working towards my assignment or in my assignment. My assignment is to help my people. My lane just happens to be entrepreneurship and building assets and growing businesses. But I know exactly where I'm supposed to be. I told my kids the other day, I'm like, yeah, dad is exactly where he's supposed to be. Now, would I like to be a little further along? Hell yeah. But it's a process. So those are the 7 things that I learned from that audible message from the creator. Now, before we get to the last quarter of the show, guys, let me just share a few things with the BEB family, my social media contact information and my resource links. I'm going to keep it super simple today. All right. I'm not feeling that well. Go to blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. OK, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. So if you go to the main page and you hit learn, there's a drop down and you can learn any type of stuff that you need. There are resources for marketing, e-commerce, scaling your business, finance, all types of things there. My online courses are there. My book, everything you need is in the resources section. Now, to connect with me, just go to the about page on the website. You click that under my bio. There's links to all of my social media. Now, I'm going to give those out real quick. So anything long, family, hit me on my email, jjones@blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com, Facebook, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint, Twitter, jjones001, JAYJONES001. Instagram, I got 2 IG accounts. The first one is jjones for real, JAYJONES, the number 4, REAL, and also Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. YouTube, guys, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Go to YouTube, type in Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. I have additional content on YouTube that is not on the show. Clubhouse, get at me at I am J Jones if you're on Clubhouse. LinkedIn, look for me and follow me, J Jones, Black Entrepreneur Blueprint. Once again, everything is on the website. I talked about being able to leverage your systems and your resources, blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com. If you want to take the shortcut, just go to bebconnect.com. It's going to take you right to blackentrepreneurBlueprint.com, but it's less letters to type in. All right. Also, don't forget bebacademy.com, all my online courses and resources. Make sure, guys, that you utilize the site. We built it to be the #1 resource for Black entrepreneurs worldwide. So getting to the final portion of the show, I just want to recap real quick. Getting smaller to get bigger. Those were the audible words that I heard from my creator. And it really helped me at a time that I was not at a crossroads, but I had a lot of indecision. So right now, as an entrepreneur, you may be struggling. You may be looking for clarity, focus, and direction. So make sure you go to bebcoaching.com on September 27th. That's a Tuesday. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can join me live, only 5 people in a group coaching session. It's only $97 investment. And I talked about understanding the value of your time. Mine is $500 an hour. But this is something that I have to do it. Something told me internally I have to do it. And I think a lot of that comes from talking to a couple of BEB family members this past week. Talking about some of their struggles, indecisions, should they pivot or quit, things of that nature. And so I felt a voice inside of me, do this. Go to bebcoaching.com. In addition to that 2-hour live group coaching with the first 5 people that come on, you'll get a 1-hour one-on-one with me, and the investment is only $97. So as I mentioned before, I love to give back. The highest form of service that I can provide you guys is one-on-ones, because you get everything that I got. So you're not going to make the mistakes, hopefully, that I made. And I'll be able to impart my wisdom and experience so I can help you move at a faster pace than when I moved at back in the day. All right. I wish I had somebody like me. I had a few people, but nobody that was really locked in. So if you need clarity, focus, and direction, make sure that you sign up. and we can only take 5 people because I don't have the time to do more than 5 one-on-ones. So bebcoaching.com. So just to recap, guys, the 7 things that I learned. Number 1, let your systems or resources do the heavy lifting. So if you want to grow your business, you're going to have to learn how to work on your business and not in your business. So be it your website, your ecosystem, your content, whatever it is, let your system or your resources do the heavy lifting. Number 2, understand the true value of your time. If you want to be $1 million business, then your hourly rate is $480.76. Understand the value of your time. So you don't want to waste your time on things that aren't going to move the needle. Number 3, guard your time. Stop giving away your time, which is your most precious asset, guys, to people that don't value what you pour into them. I don't care if it's a business associate, family members, friends, or whatever. You need to work and deal with people that understand the law of reciprocity. People that are going to pour into you after you pour into them. And you also want to make sure that you're focusing on things that move the needle for your business. So stuff that doesn't move the needle, just go ahead and outsource that stuff. Okay. All right. Number 4, take time specifically to think. We talked about that. The thing that I do at least one day a month, I think about my top 3 priorities. I list them. I solve my most pressing problem, and I also measure my progress. Number 5, take time specifically to create. So develop or complementary products or services. And these are just some ideas. Create new marketing strategies or plans and create systems. Number 6, take time specifically to execute. Remember, an entrepreneur does 3 things: think, create, and execute. So take 1 day per month to work on your execution. What plans need to be executed to grow your business? Now, you're going to be taking 3 days a month to think, create, and execute. 1 to think, 1 to create, and 1 to execute. If you can't take those full days, guys, at least take 4 hours a month to do that. I'm telling you, it's going to change and revitalize your business because you're working on your business, not in your business, which most of us tend to do. And last and definitely not least, number 7, understand your mission and purpose and run toward it. You know, I was talking to one of the BEB family members last week, and they were like, man, I'm getting frustrated. I don't know if I want to pivot or I want to quit. That was one of the episodes I did about 2 weeks ago, and we chopped it up for a couple hours. And I was like, look, man, you know, you truly love what you're doing at the back end. I said, it's the front end that's giving you issues and problems, and you're not getting enough sell through. So I said, maybe you need to try to outsource that. We have to figure out a way that you're focusing and working on the things that you like to work on in your community. And so that's something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs deal with. You know, your business may not be making you happy. There's a portion of your business that's making you happy, but then there's another portion that you're like, man, I'm trying to get out of here. Okay. And literally that's kind of where I was when I got this word, get smaller to get bigger. I was trying to be everything to everybody, and I need to focus in and understand my mission and purpose and run towards that. Family, I say this each and every week because it's true. We get more and more downloads because of you, the BEB family. We couldn't do it without you. Please continue to spread the word about the podcast, the new blackentrepreneurblueprint.com website, the ecosystem, and everything about the whole purpose and mission. Remember, it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about us. It's about building an economic power base in the worldwide Black community by building and supporting Black-owned businesses. Love you guys. See you same time next week. Peace.